Anthem is a new site-specific piece that Third Rail is creating for Fort Ontario here in Oswego. And it's, like a lot of the pieces that we do, really inspired by the history of the fort as well as its architecture. And it's been a really amazing process to be on site and to create work that's specifically for and about the fort, its history, the people who lived there, its inhabitants, and sort of our perspectives on it, being, sort of relative outsiders and getting a chance to learn the fort's history and then to respond to it.
Just a wonderful blend of theater and dance. I enjoy that. I don't like just a regular theater show or a regular dance show. For me, doesn't have as much versatility and enjoyment. I like the mix of the genres. There's a certain reverence or something that happens with the site.
It's kind of tonal, I think. Like the tone of the place has a lot of weight to it. That kind of carried through the work that we made.
Yeah, and accepting that as a performer. We're in the space, but actually the space might be the actual overarching powerful thing. We're inhabiting it, but only to give the space life.
Yeah, I think there's something about kind of honoring the space. Not that we're trying to recreate the history or anything, but just letting that inform us, and it feels in a way like honoring the past and the history.
It was primarily a dance company when it was formed, and then around 2004 is when we started making site work. From experiments and site-specific work, we began to make immersive work, which is the kind of show that you're seeing here at the fort is cinematic in scope in terms of the way in which audiences are experiencing it through various apertures, whether that's architectural or the way in which we're shepherding them through space and putting them really in the middle of the action. That's what the immersive sort of take on that is. But I think that the movement material and any spoken word, any monologues, anything that comes out of that is really functional in a way. It's really defined by the site and the container that you're in, whatever that may be. It could be the larger fort or a window within the fort or whatever, but there's certain rules about space that dictate a certain type of engagement with it. And I think that the most effective and most dynamic sort of work is something that really attends to that, and it's about making something that could only happen in that space. That's it really, to be site specific for us is to really be about that one particular space, and ideally it wouldn't be able to be moved.
For me, I think one of the best experiences coming out of this is just really the opportunity to be able to be on site, to really interact with the fort's architecture, to learn more about its history, and then to begin building material based off of that and inspired by the history, the people who inhabited it, and also the really amazing architecture and the possibilities that architecture affords for performance.
I'm really drawn to architecture, and I'm really drawn to solid structures, and Fort Ontario has such solid architectural features to it that it's, it can take our pressure and we can really go further with it than we can in some other instances but with something like these stone walls that you can really push into, you can really climb, you can get a lot further with it and do more dynamic types of movement.
We can't do what we did here anywhere else. It can't be the same show. We could take the moves that we did and try and find some other place to do it, but it won't be. It can't be the same.
Would you say that's kind of bittersweet?
Yeah. But that's also
that's also the magic of it, that it's for this place.
And the people who saw it here, then they are the only people who get to see it.